And I was like, it's some funny stuff and I'm not here for it. Like, have my money go up missing and nobody know, and I seen you with my purse. Like, I was just welcome back to my channel. My name is Jada Simone and you're watching Jada's channel. So as you guys can see by the title of today's video, I am doing a story time. And I decided to do the story time because actually before college I used to watch these videos of like roommate horror stories, because of course, like, going into college as a freshman, you're nervous. You're thinking like, bro, like, is my roommate gonna be sucky like everybody else's roommate? And turns out that my roommates were sucky, but like I only had like one good roommate, but that's besides the point. I just wanted to tell you guys about like my experience. Also, like, also I'm filming this video just to warn people that, like, even if you know, move in with your friends, even if like you're not in college and you're moving in with your friends for like y'all first apartment, or even if it's not your first apartment, you really don't know people until you move in with them. And like, that's really the honest to God truth. Like, I really thought, you know, I had a friend and I was cool with this person, and then they turned around and did some grimy stuff to me. So yeah, there's no hard feelings. I'm not gonna be saying people's names, anything close to their names, their nicknames, no, nothing like that, just to protect everybody's identity, you know, out of respect, even though there wasn't no respect given to me. But you know, it is what it is. I'm over it. It's been how many years? It's been 2 years since this happened. It is what it is. I'm just, you know, coming on here to share you guys my experience, my truth. This is my side of the story, but it's also the truth, if y'all get what I'm saying. Like, you know how like some people, like, it'd be like it's two sides, like it's three sides: your side, the other person's side, and the truth. My side is my side and the truth. Like, this person, they're like a liar. Like, basically like a liar, or delusional, or was too scared to tell the truth. So they side was farthest from the truth. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get right onto this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you like this story time. And yeah, so I'm really gonna try to not make this video too long, but I'm also gonna try to not forget the things that happen in, you know, the story. So like, you know, I have everything, but it has been 2 years since it happened, so I might leave out some things. I'm gonna really try my hardest not to. So this was freshman year. Oh, it's actually been more than 2 years. I thought this was sophomore year. This was my freshman year of college, second semester, and I'm a college graduate, so it's been like 3.5 years. So freshman year, second semester, I moved back into my dorm, and my first roommate, she left. She had to go. She had to get the boot. So I had my own room that whole first semester. So I'm moving back in second semester, and one of my friends, we're gonna name her, dang, what should we name her? I want an easy name because I'm not gonna remember the name. Bro, what should we name her? We're gonna name her Miranda. So one of my friends, Miranda, she was one of my first friends that I met when I moved in on moving day the first time. So our moms, they had, you know, clicked, they exchanged numbers or whatever. So every time my mom would come to, like, you know, come see me and stuff, she would ask like, oh, ask Miranda if she want to go to Walmart, or see if Miranda need anything. And like, my mom was always asking like, oh, where's Miranda? Like, you know, Miranda wasn't in my immediate circle, but she was mad cool. Like, you know how like you have other friends that you still mad cool with separate from your immediate circle? That was Miranda. So I had the room by myself the whole semester. I come back, still had the room by myself. So Miranda lived down the hall, but she lived on my floor in my wing. So she came by one day. She always used to just come by and, you know, say what's up to me or whatever. So this day she comes by and she's like, oh, do you want to be my roommate? So I'm like, why? Because like, to be honest, I liked having my own room. I loved it. I really loved it. I was the only one out of all my friends that had their own room. So I was like, why? And she was like, basically her roommate had become her girlfriend, but then they had broke up. So she said it was kind of like just annoying being in the room with your ex, and then like, you know, they was arguing. It just wasn't a good situation for her. So I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. So I called my mom and I was like, oh, me and Miranda are gonna be roommates, da da da. So my mom was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's cool, this, that, and the third. And I was starting to feel a little bit lonely having my own room, but that's why I kind of like went forward because I was like, you know what, it'll be nice to have somebody in the room. I hadn't had somebody in the room with me since like the first week of freshman of first semester. Like I didn't have a roommate all the rest of that semester, so I was just like kind of lonely. So I was like, oh, okay, yeah, we could be roommates. So we go down to the what is it, the residence life center, and we fill out the form and everything. So they give us our new room because it wasn't like she could have moved in with me. If you two different people in two different rooms wanted to be roommates, they had to move into a separate room, which was dumb as hell, but whatever, that's my school. So we both had to pack up everything and move into this new room. Luckily, this new room was literally in the middle of us. Like my room was here on, like we were on the right wing or whatever, or like the right side of the building on the 3rd floor. So my room was over here in the front near the elevator, and her room was all like literally all the way down the hall, and then this room was literally in the middle of us. So that was cool, you know. We moved in, we had friends helping us move in, and yeah. So the first red flag, this was the first red flag, because I'm a very quiet person. Like I let a lot of stuff slide. Like if y'all know me, I let a lot of people say and do certain stuff to me that I really shouldn't, that I really should speak up. But it'd be so hard for me to speak up sometimes, because I just don't like confrontation. I don't like to argue with people. I won't argue with people, none of that. So the way my room was set up, where I came from, both of the beds were facing, like they were side by side. So, and I had the bigger half of the dorm or whatever. So in this new room, I had put my bag to claim the bigger half, and she moves my bag and like moves my stuff over, like, oh, we're gonna rearrange the room so it's not gonna be a bigger half, da da da. So I'm like, okay, but you know what, that was my fault. I should have spoke up and been like, no, I don't want to do that. Like I want this half and I want the room to look like this. I should have spoke up, but you know, my bad. I was only a freshman. I've grown a lot since then. It is what it is. I know better now. So we rearranged the room to where her bed was still going the same way facing the door, but it was my bed that was turned. So it was like this, her bed, my bed, and it's against the wall or whatever, the window. So we moved in on a Wednesday. No, we moved in on a Thursday, y'all. No, we moved in on a Wednesday. So that Wednesday night, we both stayed the night in the room. I really hope I'm not forgetting anything. So yeah, that Wednesday night we both stayed the night in the room, and then that Thursday night, like, you know, we stayed the night in the room. It was fine. You know, this is my new room. I met our new suite mates, because the way our dorm was set up, it was 2 different rooms, but they were in one suite. So one room had 2, the other room had 2, and it was connected by a bathroom. So our suite mates, they was mad cool, like mad cool. And then the bathroom, it was clean. You know, they had cleaning products, so you know, it wasn't really too much to go crazy over. So like I said, Wednesday night we both stayed the night in the room. Thursday night, Miranda did not sleep in the room. I don't know where Miranda went. Like I really didn't care, because like it's college. Like people do that all the time. Like, you know, they'll spend a night at a friend's house, or if you're talking to a boy or something. Like it just, I really didn't care. Like like it just was what it was. She ain't spend the night in the room. So like I said, Thursday night she didn't spend the night in the room. Friday morning, y'all, and the way my schedule was set up, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, I didn't start class until 11. So she busts into the room, I think for real, it's like 8 or 9 o'clock. It was nowhere near 11. Like I don't start getting ready for class until like 30 minutes before, for real, because I like my sleep. So it had to be mad early. It was like 6, 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. So she comes in, and you know, I'm in my bed. So she like wakes me up like, oh, I'm about to get in the shower, so if you need to use the bathroom, you know, go do it now. So I'm like, I'm irritated, because I don't like to be waking up. So I'm irritated, and I'm just like, why would you wake me up? Like clearly I don't have to use the bathroom. I'm asleep. Like the heck. I was like, I was asleep. I don't have to use the bathroom. She's like, well, what if you woke up and had to use the bathroom? And I'm just like, I'm fine. Go take your shower. Like she's like, oh, I'm gonna take a really long shower, are you sure you don't have to use the bathroom? And I kept saying, like, if I have to pee, I can go downstairs. In the lobby there was a bathroom. I could have just went down to the lobby, peed, or I could have just went to my other friends' rooms. I had other friends in the building. I could just be like, girl, open up, I gotta pee. Or like I could have just used the bathroom, because the way the bathroom was set up, there was a shower but there was a bathroom room. So like, oh my bad. So yeah, there was a bathroom room, so like I could have just used the bathroom in the bathroom room without disturbing your shower, because the shower was like in its own little separate area. So like, what? So I'm like, girl, just go shower. Like at this point I'm fed up. Like, girl, just go shower. So I turned my back. So like I said, my bed was against the wall with the window. So I turned my back, and it was like the back wall of the room. I turned my back, and all of a sudden I hear like shuffling, like somebody is going through a purse. It was like, so I turned, and y'all, I kid y'all not, like, it's gonna sound stupid to y'all, like this part is gonna sound really dumb, like, well, why didn't you say nothing, da, da, da. So I see her over my purse, but then like everything just happened so fast, so just bear with me. So I hear the shuffling, I turn, and I see her over my purse, and my purse is right, so my bed is this way but my dresser is here, so my purse is right there on the dresser, so it's literally right by my head, like right there. So I hear the shuffling, I turn, and she's over it, and she just jumps on me like, oh girl, come use the bathroom, and like kind of like drags me out the bed a little bit, like in a playful way. So at this point, stuff is not registering. I know y'all like, what girl, like you sound dumb, but stuff is not registering to me. Like I said, it was like 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm tired, you just woke me up, you're irritating me, and then now I just saw you in my purse, but then you distract me by jumping on me and pulling me off the bed, telling me to use the bathroom, basically pushing me towards the bathroom. Like, it was just too much going on. I really was not registering it. I kid y'all not, I was not registering it. So I'm like, bro, all right, I'm gonna go tinkle, because that's all I had to do. I didn't have to pee, I had to tinkle, because I ain't have to pee. Like, so you know how like you force yourself to go pee and it's just like a little, that's what. So I'm like, let me go real quick. So I'm squatting over the toilet, because I don't sit on public toilets where other people put their butt. I don't do that. So I'm squatting, and then it hits me. It's like, oh shoot, girl, you just saw her in your purse. So I hurry up, go wash my hands, and I like bust out the bathroom, and she's not in the room. So I'm like, bro, what? So I go over to my purse. Mind you, she was in the room. Like, she pushed me towards the bathroom. She was in the room when I went to pee, and it literally, y'all, I kid y'all not, it wasn't even 5 minutes. It wasn't 2 minutes. Like, as soon as like I told y'all, I had to sprinkle a little bit. So as soon as like I realized, I hopped up, wiped, and I literally, maybe it was like 45 seconds. All in 45 seconds, I come back and you're not in the room. So I'm like, weird, real weird. So I go over to my purse immediately, and at this point my heart is just pounding, pounding. So I go to my purse, and it was actually my MCM bag that I showed y'all in my what's in my bag video. So y'all see how it's a big tote, and then all the MCM bags that are like that, they come with a little clutch. So I like look around in my bag, I don't see nothing missing. It was just books and stuff. And then in my clutch, I use that as a pencil case, so it wasn't really nothing. But my wallet was in my clutch. So I'm like, okay, let me look in my wallet, because why was she in my purse? Like, this don't make no sense. So I look at my wallet, and the way my wallet was set up, it was like different compartments and card holders and stuff. But like, I would keep my money all the way in the back, so it was like a little tiny slit that, like, if you didn't own this wallet, you didn't know the slit existed, that I put my money in. And it was $260 in that slit. And mind you, like, you know how like you put your money together like this, and then you fold it in half and then fold it again? That's how my money was folded. So, but all the money was folded together, like the bills was like, you know, laid out and then folded together. So you know, everything looked normal. I picked up the bills and I count them, and like I told y'all, it was $260. But when I counted it, it was only $140 in my wallet. And I said, huh? And mind y'all, like, this literally was like the first week of school. I kid y'all not, it was the first week of school. My parents had just dropped me off and gave me that money. So I didn't even have time to deposit it. So, and I didn't spend it. So I knew how much money, like, I didn't spend a dime of that money yet. So I knew how much was in that wallet. So I count, and it's no way a whole $100 bill. I get maybe, you know, you could have spent a 20 and not noticed, but a whole crisp $100 bill, ain't no way. Especially when the money is all folded together. Like, there's no way it could have got lost, no nothing. So I'm like, bro, she just stole from me. So I called one of my old friends. I'm gonna call her Jalissa. I call her, and I'm like, and at this point Jalissa she went to the school before, but she had transferred. So I'm like, bro, Miranda just stole from me. And I told her the story that I literally just told y'all just now. So she's like, what? Are you sure? I'm like, bro, I don't know what to do. I was scared to call my mother and tell her, because my mother, she would have been like, why you had money laying around? Da, da, da. So Miranda was just like, yo, just call your mom, tell her what happened, and just call me back. So that's what I did. I called my mom, and mind y'all, like I said, when I went into the bathroom, I literally was only in the bathroom for like 45 seconds, and I came out, and this girl who had to shower so bad and for so long was not in the room after that. And a good 30 minutes went by where I looked for my money. I called my friend Miranda, and I called my mom, and she never popped back up. So I called my mom, and I'm just like, bro, like Miranda stole from me. So I told her the story of what happened, and she's like, are you serious? Da, 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 that's crazy. She's like, how could she do that? And then she was like, well, call her and ask her to help you find it. Let's see what she said. So I was like, okay. No, I think my mom said, like, call her and tell her you're missing it or something like that. So I call her. I'm like, where are you? She's like, oh, I'm in so-and-so's room. I'm like, can you come up here? So she comes, and I'm like, I'm missing money. So she's like, what do you mean? You know, playing like she don't know what I'm talking about. What do you mean? What do you, huh? How you missing it? Let's find it. Let's look. Da, da, da. And I'm like, it was in here last night when I went to bed, but you was just over my purse and da, da, da. So she's like, what are you talking about? I don't know. Maybe you was drunk. Maybe you misplaced it. And I'm 21 now, about to be 22. At the time when this happened, I hadn't had a sip of alcohol, so it wasn't like I was a party girl drinking and forgetting stuff and stuff like that. Like, no, I wasn't drunk. And I told her that. I was like, I don't even drink. So hold on, somebody calling me, but I'm not gonna answer right now. So I was just like, bro, like, she's trying to insult me. Like, she's trying to insult my intelligence. I know you took the money. So she helped me look for the money for like 30 minutes. Mind y'all, what happened to her taking her shower that was gonna be so long as she really had to take? But okay. So finally I was just like, you know what, forget it. So she leaves and doesn't come back. She still ain't take the shower. She still ain't take the shower, but okay. So I call my mom, tell her what happened, and at this point she's like, oh, well, I'm gonna just call her mom. So I'm like, fine, you know, that's cool. So but my mom was like, I want you out of that room. Like, I want you out of that room now. So mind y'all, I told y'all we moved it on a Wednesday. I spent the night in there Wednesday. I spent the night in there Thursday. Friday morning, this happened. And my mother was already like, I want you out of that room. So I had to go down to the dorm director and tell her what happened so I could move. And even she was like, why would y'all even move in together in the first place? And I kind of was like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know. So she gives me a new room, and I have to like do the paperwork and stuff. And I have one of my friends help me move into the new room. And that next morning, I'm like situated in the new room or whatever. Oh, Miranda had asked like, oh, why are you moving? I was like, it's some funny stuff and I'm not here for it. Like, how my money go up missing and nobody know, and I seen you with my purse. Like, I was just like real hot. Like, basically I didn't want to say like you stole my money, because I'm not the type of person to just be like, you accuse, like, you know, accuse people like you stole my money. But like, I knew she stole it. Like, I saw her steal it. Like, it was, who else could have did it? A ghost? So I was just like, yeah, like, it's too much funny stuff. Like, I gotta leave like before other stuff come up missing. And yeah. So she's like, oh, I don't think you should leave. Da, da, da. Yeah, you don't think I should leave so you could keep stealing from me. But how about this? I'm out. So I move into the new room. So the next morning, after like I'm situated in my new room with my new roommate and my new suite mates, I get a DM from my friend that's in my fashion major. Her name, we gonna call her Amaya. Her name not really Amaya. We just gonna call her Amaya. So Amaya's like, why did you move out? And she was like really the only person that knew that I had moved in with Miranda, because Miranda was trying to talk to Amaya, but Amaya didn't like Miranda, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, So she DM'd me like, yo, why'd you move out? So at first I'm like, oh, she probably on this girl's side, like I'm not really gonna tell her much. So I was just like, oh, it was just some funny stuff that happened, and you know, some stuff came up missing. So she was like, girl, what came up missing? I was like, my money. So she, like, I kind of got a sense that she knew what I was talking about, because she was like, okay, what new room are you in, because I'm about to come to your room. And me and Amaya, we weren't the type of friends that like came to each other's rooms. Like we was cool on campus and we was cool in class. So she comes to my room and she's like, so your money was missing? And I'm like, yeah. She was like, how much was missing? No, she was like, was it $100? And at that point I'm like, how you know? And like I told y'all, it was 120, but Amaya had only seen 100 of it. So she said that same day, around the same time that it happened, like literally that same time when she had left out for like them 30 minutes, she said that Miranda had walked her to class and pulled out this crisp $100 bill, and she was looking at her like, yo, where'd you get that? And Miranda was like, oh, I found it on the floor walking to class this morning, this, that, and the third. And Amaya was looking at her like, no, you lying. Like, where did you really get that? And she was like, I really found it on the floor. How ironic that you find $100 on the floor walking to class, but you just took $100 out of my wallet. Like, what? And where's the 20? Why you ain't show her all the money that you stole from me? But okay. So I was just like, bro, that's crazy. I was like, you know what, thank you for telling me. At least, you know, I have a witness that, you know, she really did steal from me. So then that night, my mom had contacted her mom, and her mom was like, are you sure? Like, you sure she stole from you, this, that, and third? Like, her mom wasn't really feeling it, because you know, like, when people accuse kids, people be riding for their kids. If they kid would have chopped somebody's head off, they still ride for their kid, like, not my baby. So that's what her mother was going with, not her baby, even though her baby was a thief. So you know, we was trying to convince her like, yeah, like she took my money, I saw her, like the whole story. So I go on Snapchat and I see that this girl got bottles, hella bottles, out on the desk, mad weed, or her on her friends, they like in the room. And I'm just like, bro, what? And that was another, like, I had a feeling that that stuff was boiling my money, like, you just know. So I didn't screen record it or screenshot off of my phone. I took my iPad and recorded it. No, it was playing on my iPad, and I took my phone and recorded it. I sent it to my mother, and then my mother sent it to her mother. And that's how her mother knew, like, okay, yeah, like, you're telling the truth. She did steal from you. Because her mother was like, you know, like, her phone not even on. Like, I'm making her pay her own phone bill. It's not even on. She don't have no money. I'm making her get a job. So how she pop up with all them bottles and all that weed? But okay. So I'm just like, okay, well, am I gonna get my money back? And everybody's just like, you know, lip shut about it. So at this point, my mom was just like, you know what, this is just an L that you're gonna have to take. I'll reimburse you your money back, and you know, you just know better. Like, you know, when you get money, you put it in the bank, and you know to lock your stuff up. So I was just like, you know what, okay. I still was annoyed that I didn't get my money back, and that she took it, and that she never admitted to taking it. But I was just like, you know what, this the L I gotta take. Like I said, told her mother. So it could have just stayed between me, my mother, and her mother. I know I had told my friend Amaya, and I told my friend that went to another school, but the girl who went to another school, she didn't talk to nobody at our school anyway, so who was she gonna tell? And Amaya she really messed with me more than she messed with her. So and I told her not to tell, even though, you know, it was out of my control after I told her. But like, I'm pretty sure she wasn't gonna go run her mouth. So like I said, it could have stayed between me, Miranda mama, and my mother. But Miranda chose to basically make it seem like I was some big liar. So all of her friends and all of the RAs, like, she made this whole big scene, like, oh, she's lying, she's accusing me, da da da. So literally the whole semester, people was looking at me like I was crazy. Her friends wanted to fight me. Like, it was just really some really big mess over nothing. Like, she really had everybody thinking that I was lying about her stealing my money. And that's what guilty people do. Like, they try to overly project their emotions so that you don't see that they're guilty of the crime or the act, or, you know, what they did, so that, you know, you look crazy. Because I was so calm, just like not saying nothing, and she was just so overly emotional about the fact that she didn't steal from me, that like she thought people was gonna leave her anyway. But it is what it is. Like, I never got my money back. Yeah, like, still to this day I never got my money back. Never spoke to the girl again. Like, at that point we wasn't friends, we wasn't cool. It was clipped for that. Like, especially when you like got your friends mad at me and trying to size me up and trying to surround me and stuff. Like, that's really some punk stuff. Like, how you steal from me and then you mad because I caught you and I told your mother? And yeah, like, my whole thing is you got away with it, so how you mad? I said all of that and I told that whole story just to let y'all know that these people that y'all meet at college, y'all don't know them. Y'all don't know them. Y'all do not know them from a can of paint. Just because y'all live in the same dormitory, or just because that female or male sleeps beside you in your same dorm room, you don't know them. You don't know how people was raised, because people was raised real different from you. People don't have the same morals, the same standards. They will steal from you and not care. So yeah, like, just a heads up for all my little babies that's freshmen in college or gonna be freshmen in college in a couple years or next year. Make sure y'all stuff is locked up. Make sure you don't got no cash laying around. Make sure your stuff is locked up. Like, that's why, like, I had my little trunk. Always used to keep my little combination lock that I knew the combination to. I was not playing with these females, because people really be built different. Even if they're your friend, you really see people true colors. Like, you could be cool with somebody for years and you just never know. Even though that wasn't the case with us, we was cool for, you know, more than 6 months. It was just like, you know what, how could you do that to somebody, even somebody you didn't know? Like, my character wouldn't allow me to take stuff from somebody. Like, it just wouldn't allow me to steal from somebody. Like, that's just like the ultimate disrespect. I don't know, like, people are just really built different. You just really never know with people. But yeah, that's my story, that's my truth. I don't know what else to say. Like, so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. To all my college freshmen, or, you know, upcoming college freshmen, if you in high school or whatever, I hope you guys watch this video, take it into consideration. Don't be so open with people. Like, don't be so open and just chill and like lock that stuff up. Don't bring y'all good stuff to college. That's because I know y'all be wanting to bring y'all little Louis bags and stuff to college. People will steal. Like, people just steal for no reason. Just steal. That's because people ain't never have nothing before. Like, people just really ain't never had nothing, so they just want to take from you because you got it. So leave all y'all good stuff at home. And if you gonna bring your good stuff, make sure you got a lockbox. Make sure you have a trunk with your own combination that don't nobody else know. And don't be giving y'all stuff out. Don't be letting everybody, you know, use y'all stuff. Like, you know, I'm in college, I bought my own stuff. You in college, you bring your own stuff. That's how y'all need to be with these people. I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and comment down below more story times that you guys want to hear from me. Let me know if you guys want a roommate horror story, another one, because I do have another roommate story. Because like I said, I only had one good roommate in college, and I didn't have like 6 roommates and I was only in college for 4 years. And yeah, so that's that. But again, I hope you guys like this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.
I'm back and I'm better. Can't name one bitch on my level. Ain't no question, I'm a legend, baby. Don't ever forget it. No, you see me rolling in this rose.